Yeah. I mean, listen, it was a hard-fought football game. And we played a really good team today, and obviously they came ready to play. And at the end of the day, they just made more plays than we did, right? Love the way that we fought, in the fourth quarter. We really didn't play our best football, up until that point, but put together some good drives during that period of time, and put ourselves in a position to win. But unfortunately, again, they just made a few more plays than we did.
Did they surprise you with anything they did, or did they just execute for the first 3.5 quarters?
No, I'd say, looking back, there was probably some, bigger play opportunities that we just, missed on, whether, hey, they're just, they got to me before we could, we'd have a chance at it. We had a hard time staying on the field there early on, just a couple of those drives not really ever getting going. So, and again, you play, that's a great defense. It's a well-coached defense, and so you understand at times it's going to be a battle and you're going to play the field position game, which we did. But, I'd say, special teams played well, gave us some opportunities. I did feel like, early on in that game, man, we were starting backed up a lot, So, they were making us have to, march the field. But, again, didn't play great for the first 3 quarters, or at least just, didn't feel like we were able to get, drives put together and play with great tempo and that kind of thing. And it wasn't until the fourth quarter that, things got cranked up.
Drew, because of that, the interception before the end of the first half, just because of the slow start, did you feel like you kind of needed a shot or a big play with that?
Well, we were trying to kind of catch him off guard, and so felt like Teddy was making his way over the top, and, guy made a nice play.
Is the hardest part, or one of the hard parts of this right now, knowing the reality that it's hard to keep the same group together, from one year to the next?
Sure, and that's the league that we're in. That's just the world we live in. There's always changes, and so you're very much starting over. Now I would say that we've got incredible culture here. We've got a great foundation built, and we know that there's a stable of guys that are going to be here a long time. And so then you always spend the off season, finding the other pieces, right? The complementary pieces, whether it be through the draft and free agency, and you never know how that's going to shake out. But bottom line is, I know the environment that whoever comes in from the draft or free agency or whatever, I know the environment that they're coming into, right? And the type of culture that we have and the type of locker room that we have, and it is one that is fun, and man, we work hard, but we play hard, and we have fun together. We love each other, and this is the result. Is winning a lot of games. Guys playing for one another. Guys love coming to work together here in this locker room.
I know you say you like to take it one year at a time, but how confident are you that you're not going to end it?
I'm not making any comments on that, other than I've told you guys this for the last couple of years. I've always just taken it 1 year at a time, and kind of reevaluate each off season, and then find the things I want to get better at and move on.
That being said, how much is the heartbreak for you knowing that the end is closer than some of the other guys in that locker room? Not just this year, but
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
I mean, of course. You invest so much into it, and have invested so much into it, and so you understand that these opportunities are few. So yeah, it's disappointing. If you're not the one holding up the trophy at the end of the year, it's disappointing.
What's your process to digest, all of this and the emotions and everything?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I evaluate every season kind of the same. I mean, I look at all the great things that we were able to accomplish. I look at how guys grew and how we grew as a team, and you begin to just kind of envision the things that you want to do during the off season, and the work that you want to put in, and you just begin to obviously think about how you can start rebuilding it all.
Defensively, is there anything that they did during the game that you all did not see on film?
No. They played their defense, and they played it very well. Again, we didn't capitalize on some big play opportunities when we had the chance. And so at the end of the day, when you add them up, they just made more plays than we did.
Sort of speaking off that ends, the Vikings with the two ends.
Yeah.
What made them kind of successful? Were they twisting more? Was it a straight pass? What made them, I guess, especially in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, no, they're two of the best defensive ends in the league, and especially the pair, right? Because you can't just focus on one. And by the way, they've got some good interior guys, and they've got good pressure players at the linebacker and safety position as well. So, you gotta have a plan for all those guys, and I think we understood that was going to be a battle, and there's times where, hey, they're going to get you, and let's get the ball out. Let's try to avoid a negative play, which we did. Give yourself a third manageable. Try to sustain a drive. Try to get something going. Wear them down. You walk away from a game like that and feel like, oh man, there was still so much of the game plan that we didn't have a chance to call. It didn't feel like we possessed the ball a ton in there until the fourth quarter.
Drew, how much of it is a penalty on the spike throw off, or maybe the
Well, yeah. I mean, you only have one play. So it's the difference between having 21 seconds and a timeout versus 11 seconds and a timeout, right? That's a big deal, because you're thinking we have one play right now, we're going to call a timeout, and then we're going to run the field goal team out there. Versus, hey, we get a play that all of a sudden gets us, within striking distance, you call the timeout. Now maybe you take 2 shots at the end zone or something like that. So that was costly. It was costly.
Drew, I think this was the only game all season where you had a few turnovers. How frustrating does that make, especially with the fumble?
Well, the fumble was really frustrating because there was a miscommunication as to what we were doing, and the ball should have been out of my hands. And all of a sudden, that wasn't the route that was run. And so now I'm just trying to throw the ball into the dirt to avoid a sack, right? And right as my hand's going back, he just kind of gets a piece of my arm, and that ball comes out. So I'm really disappointed in that. That never should have happened. Yep. We weren't on the field enough, and their style of offense is, with Dalvin Cook is a grinded out, run the clock and possess the ball, which credit to them, that's what they were able to do. Well, again, like I said, it's disappointing if you're not holding up the trophy at the end, right? And however you want to look at it. All right, guys, thanks.